Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. So great to be here on the threshold of another weekend. Man, the week went by fast again. Always does, but it's incredible.
I mean, we're almost through October already. It's almost over.
It's October 7th, Jeff. Let's not get carried away.
Time's moving fast.
He's rounding up.
It is. Yeah, before we know it, though, it's going to be Halloween. Is Halloween, what day is that on this year?
It's on a Monday night.
Oh,
Yeah, they put the Browns and Bengals game, black and brown, or black and orange colors
cool.
on Monday Night Football,
Uh-huh.
just for what it's worth.
Watch them wear alternate jerseys.
I know.
Uniforms, and we won't even see any black or orange. That's what usually happens in those situations. Yesterday, we did what very well may have been the most important poll of all time.
Really?
Yeah, on Twitter, little Twitter poll. Yeah. Which was the more effective response during your elementary school days?
Oh, I did see that.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
Absolutely.
Or I'm rubber, you are glue.
Yeah.
It bounces off me, and it sticks to you.
Hello, sticks and stones.
So I thought that was pretty effective. So does Keith,
You're a
because
traditionalist, huh, Jeffy?
but I can never be hurt because I'm rubber. But you have it stick to you all the time because you're glue.
Yeah.
So you can't hurt me.
Yeah.
But I can hurt you with the things you say.
We were right. You and I were right.
We were right.
The
but-
majority was wrong.
Yeah, 54-46 for sticks and stones.
Yeah, of course, it's sticks and stones.
Yeah, of
Hello.
course. Shut up. Yeah, of course it is. Contrarian as
Yeah.
always. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course
A lot
it's
of
sticks and
people
stones.
chimed in with.
Contrarian, that's the winner.
A lot of people were chiming in with, I know you are, but what am I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that should have been a
Yeah.
contender. I know.
I may have
know
voted
you
for
are,
that
but
one.
what am I?
I may have voted for that one.
It's a good one. It's a classic.
Yeah,
There's
it
no
is.
doubt. I got this tweet from Pathead Joplin Steve. Just went down an internet rabbit hole and ended up at Pat Gray's Wikipedia page. There's a big banner on the top of the page saying the page has been proposed for deletion. What kind of skullduggery is this?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
is that?
Yeah, we looked at it yesterday,
Yeah.
and here's they don't have you don't have the warning on the top.
No, but it's.
Okay.
It is on the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's just too small for me to see.
Did it not
from
print up? Oh, okay. Well, for the record, whatever's printing over there, I printed half an hour ago, and the printer just decided that it would now partake. And I have no idea if that's going to take the rest of the show to print. But this is a.
Let me just look here.
Yeah.
At the top of the page, here's why. No evidence of nobility under WP journalist. WP creative, WP
What's that mean,
GNG.
Jeffy? WP.
No evidence of notability. What does that mean? I'm not notable?
I guess so.
Or any other notability guideline. No RSS in article. I don't know what that is. Before shows no coverage of Pat Gray Unleashed. What do you mean? It's in here. And coverage of only other individuals called Pat Gray. For this article to exist, we need there to be biographical coverage in third-party RSS that demonstrates notability. I don't even have any idea what they're
Can
talking
somebody
about.
explain
means.
this? Because I clicked on WP author, and it doesn't explain to me what that stands for.
Wikipedia.
If you can address this concern by improving copy editing, sourcing, renaming, or merging the page, please edit this
It's
page.
called
and do so.
listening to the freaking show and hearing you speak.
Yeah, I don't know who put this together or whatever, but the apparently Wikipedia is pissed about it now. I mean, this has been there for a long
Forever.
time, hasn't it?
Yeah.
For a long time. It's been updated. I mean, I've not done anything to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what
Oh,
they're
you're not
looking
one of
for.
the administrators of your page? That's a surprise to me.
Yeah, is it? Mm-hmm.
Does this check out that your birthday is November 20th?
Yes, it does. That checks out.
Then why did you got a gift that arrived for your birthday a little early?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, I accidentally opened it for you yesterday. I thought it was to me.
That's a federal offense.
It sure as heck is.
If there's an FBI agent listening,
They'll get right on it.
time to come with guns ablazing
yeah.
to Keith Malinak.
Easy. They've already drawn up plans for that.
Yeah.
My name's
is
on
it?
the envelope, though, I'll have you know. What do you mean, what is it? You unwrap it. That's how birthday gifts work. There you show the camera. Show the camera.
That's great. Judy, fresh sarcasm served daily.
There you go.
Isn't that fun? That's
Yeah.
nice. Thank
and then
you,
there's a
Monique.
card in there I accidentally started to read, too.
That's really nice. Jeez, could you
I
have been in
I
more thorough
thought
in your
it
federal
was-
offense?
Look, when you're going to break the law, go all out. Am I right,
That's a
Jeffy?
good point. Yeah.
I got you the gift that never stops giving.
See, I saw that part.
Open it, close it.
Yeah, see,
Open it, close
that's
it.
the part
Hey,
I saw.
The fun never ends.
And then when I looked over and I saw Pat, I was like, wait a minute, my bad.
Then a nice little note from her, and thank you.
That's
That is
cool.
really cool.
Apparently-
That is a very early birthday present,
Yeah, or
Monique is a
either
good
really
gift
early
giver.
or they never read the Wikipedia page.
which is about to go away, apparently.
Thanks, Monique.
And I don't understand how to do anything about it, or if I should.
You're not Mr. Wikipedia?
Not really,
or
no.
if you should, that's another.
Although I've donated to that damn website multiple times.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there you go.
Many, they do that
Yeah, you
fundraiser
click
every year,
on
and I
those?
think, well, yeah, they're
I
talking to
use
me
it,
because I
sure.
use it all the time.
Yeah.
That's a good citizen.
It used to be pretty questionable, but then it became quite legit.
And now it's back to questionable.
And now it's back to questionable again. But yeah, since I use it all the time, I thought, I'm going to donate. And they do it, I don't know, 5, 6, 12 times a year. So.
An underrated part of Wikipedia is the references at the bottom that link to different articles and stuff.
Yeah.
I find that very useful.
Is that what they're talking about in the
Yeah.
notes?
Yeah, that you need to have.
You need more than 6 notes
is it
at the bottom here?
That's possible.
Maybe that's what it is. We need more notes. That's the notability.
You know what they could do?
Yeah.
They could link to your interview with me at themikeshow.com, where all of this biographical information is readily available in audio form.
Right.
Maybe that should be added to the notes
I mean,
section.
Maybe.
they apparently want something that's notable, so I don't know that would work. But
First of all.
I know.
First of all.
What am I?
All right. Let's see. Weekend coming up here. Oh, that means, of course, college football. And
Yeah,
I was
baby.
curious as to who Missouri plays this week because
We're
they
heading
almost beat the number 1 team in the country last week.
I know it hurt that we made it so close. We're heading to the swamp, baby.
Oh,
Heading
Florida,
to the swamp. Yep.
where Ben Sass will be the new
I know.
president.
I don't
Pretty
care for
amazing.
that. I don't care for that news.
Which, the Florida news or the Ben Sass?
Ben
being?
Sass leaving the Senate.
I know. It's kind of crappy.
Now, Pete Ricketts is a very good governor for Nebraska, so he'll put someone good in there. But still, it's almost like Sass is signaling to me that, I've given up on D.C. I got to get to Florida with everyone else.
And I just want to make a buttload of money.
I know.
And he will.
Oh, yeah.
Those presidents of schools, like major colleges like that, they make a lot of money.
Heck yeah, they do.
I mean, that's a 7-figure job for
You're
sure.
living in Gainesville, Florida, running
Yeah.
the University of Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing okay.
And because it's a public institution, they do have to tell us how much he's making. So that'll be interesting. I don't know if anybody's done that yet, but I'm anxious to find out. Because he left a $175,000 job for how much?
President of
10
Florida?
times that?
Oh my gosh!
10 times.
If he's not
easily.
making $2 million for the University of Florida,
Yeah,
that's
it's gotta be.
embarrassing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
If
If it's
I'd leave.
1.8, he should be
It's
ashamed
embarrassing.
of
Walk out.
himself.
So the guy who just retired from the University of Florida was made, I love the pop-up, 1.3?
Oh, okay.
Well,
1.3. That's good.
And
Ben might pull down
They
to
gotta,
that.
but he's a U.S. senator.
Yeah.
And you're trying to entice him away from the Senate. You gotta up the ante
Yeah.
a bit.
Oh,
You
I'm
gotta
sorry.
improve your game.
That was Central Florida. Central Florida's president was making 1.3.
Oh.
Central Florida
Florida's president was only making 1.2.
making less than Central
Wow.
Florida. That's surprising.
Ben Sass not having any of that.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Hey, we have more on trivia coming up today too. Who's the matchup today?
At the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings.
Bears Vikes.
NFC's battle.
NFC North.
So let's see. Chicago and Minneapolis, there's a good chance
Yeah,
we'll get a game in.
Sure.
Hopefully.
Okay.
We'll soon see. But also, we've got the President of the United States to discuss, as is often the case. He's wonderful, isn't he?
He is.
He just keeps doing
That's
such
wonderful.
wonderful things. You gotta love him. He's everything to everyone, for instance.
I got raised in the black church. He knows I'm not kidding. I got my education for real in the black church. And that's not hyperbole, it's a fact.
Okay.
I probably went to shul more than many of you did. You all think I'm kidding. He can tell you I'm not. I was sort
worst.
of raised in the Puerto Rican community.
Oh,
at
Puerto
home,
Rican too. Okay.
politically.
Yeah.
I just
Politically.
have one thing to say.
Puerto Rican, black, Jewish.
Hang on.
Stop. That's your favorite song, right, Pat?
Yeah,
That's a little bit dope.
Well,
Come
it's
on.
his. It's my second favorite.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's
It's embarrassing.
He's done it all.
Yeah, well, let's not forget too the Boise Cascade thing. He was a lumberjack. He was a truck driver.
Yeah.
He just did. Was the Puerto Rican thing in that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he ever a train conductor?
No, but he talked to the train conductor extensively, and the train conductor Ange loved him.
Ange, that's his
Ange
name, yeah.
loved him, even though Ange was dead at the time. I guess the ghost of Ange visited him often.
He was also
Joey.
arrested in the Capitol for
Joey.
sitting in the chair. Remember that?
Oh yeah, he was arrested in the Capitol. He was arrested in South Africa. He's been
Oh,
arrested
right.
all over the world. This guy. How embarrassing!
Needs to be arrested with his son.
Yeah, for
Which,
sure.
by the way, what the FBI says that
Yeah, there
they've
might
got
be
enough
some-
evidence.
Might be some stuff going on there
Believe
on
it
the
when I
Biden
see
front.
it.
We'll see. Yeah, no doubt. We'll believe it when we see it, especially from that Trump-appointed judge.
Yeah, they keep-
Whack!
they
the
make-
Trump-appointed judge.
They're
Whack!
making a point to say that it now. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though: don't f with a Biden. We just heard that from him.
Thank you.
A couple days ago. You can't f with a Biden, except they are. We are. The Saudis just effed with him,
Yeah.
big time. Flipped him the bird, to the tune of double what we were afraid of. This is interesting. The New York Post says the Biden administration hates Republicans so much that they'd rather give money to Saudi Arabia and Venezuela than Texas.
Yep.
And isn't that the truth? I mean,
Well,
it's been proven.
I mean, but that's not that,
Proven.
and that while that's a good spin on hating America,
Yeah.
that's all it is. It's not necessarily hating Republicans and Texans. I mean, it's just hating America.
In general. But he hates Texas and Republicans even more than America itself. I'm pretty convinced of that. And the guy has just produced one disaster after another. And apparently he is still planning to run for office again, for
That's
re-election.
what they keep saying.
Yeah, and supposedly he told Al Sharpton as much. But just some of the things. I mean, let's just pause for a moment, see the accomplishments of this guy.
Okay.
With for instance, the border. Millions of illegal crossings every year. You got the drugs pouring in, the fentanyl they're so freaked out about that's killing people all over the country. You got deaths by the hundreds of illegal immigrants trying to cross the border and dying, either drowning or dying of thirst in the desert, heat stroke. Hundreds.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I think the count this year alone is close to 700 right now. The crime situation is out of control. He's presiding over the biggest inflation situation we've had in 40 years, both food and gas. And they were trying to take credit for gas prices after they made them shoot up to $5 a gallon. They came down a bit. Now they're going back up again.
Yeah.
They don't even have time to take credit for the gas prices going down before they're headed back up. We got the debt at $31 trillion. He tries to brag about how well he's done on spending. It's $31 trillion. Yet we continue to funnel billions of dollars to Ukraine. Tens of billions, maybe even $100
So
billion
it's never
by
ending. It's never ending.
now. No, and he's told us it's never ending. We're in it to win it to the very end. You got the COVID situation. He's still trying to jam ineffective vaccines into our arms. The oil situation, the energy. He's taken away American independence, energy independence, which we achieved under Trump. And to the point where now he's begging for help from essentially foreign enemies. Venezuela, Saudi Arabia. He's depleting the strategic oil reserve. It's about half of what it should be right now. There's the continual lies on climate change and the economy and energy, and they lie about everything. Anybody remember the Afghan withdrawal?
Doesn't ring a bell.
You got that disaster. The defunding the police effort, which he claims he didn't condone, but he did in the beginning. Tell the American people, told him that they're not down with that, if you will. We've got the higher taxes during a recession coming. That's going to hit us, and that's going to cripple the economy. Got the elimination of student debt. Let's just wave a magic wand and say, you guys don't have to pay your debts. Don't worry about it. The American taxpayers will pay your debts for you. You got the abortion anytime now during a pregnancy. And if you're pro-life, you're an enemy of the state. He has actually sicked the FBI onto pro-lifers over and over and over again. You had that father who was, I don't know, the father of 7 or whatever that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. They showed up with guns pulled and waving him around. 25 agents. Wait, for a guy who was protesting at an abortion clinic? Peacefully protesting? Really?
And who had said prior that he would talk to the FBI, he would talk to, I'll talk to him, let's go. He had his attorney talk to him. Nope, we're going to send in the guns.
I mean, there's just a concerted effort right now to silence any opposing voice. And they're doing a heck of a job of that. We also are in the midst of them considering confiscating our guns, or at least banning certain guns. They're trying that. They're trying their hand at that, and still, all the while claiming, "Oh no, we love the Second Amendment. I'm all about the Second Amendment."
Oh my gosh!
You kidding me? Yeah, I want to ban nearly all guns, but I love the Second Amendment.
I mean,
I love it.
Pat, the deer wearing Kevlar vests?
No.
Okay.
Most of them don't.
What do you need those? What do you need those rifles for?
In fact, they're stark raving naked in many cases. They're not wearing anything. They're shameless.
Don't jump, dear.
He still wants to pack the Supreme Court. So we got that going for us. I mean, there's so many things that he has just brought us to the brink of catastrophe on. It's pathetic. Meanwhile, let me tell you about Keeps. Here is something that you can hang on to. Your hair, because Keeps can help you do that. 2 out of 3 guys experience hair loss before they're 35. How old were you when you started losing your hair, Jeffy?
When I start, I'll let you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So your hair has always started in the middle of your skull?
It has.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That's cool. But if you're really concerned about losing hair, there is something you can do about it now. This isn't 1950 where there's nothing you can do. It's just going to go. Go to Keeps, keeps.com/Pat, and they will help you find the right product for you. Once you buy it, once you make your purchase, then you can, if you have any questions whatsoever, you can message your Keeps doctor 24/7. They really want you to be happy with your purchase, and they're going to make sure you are. If those balding jokes are wearing thin, join the thousands of guys who have saved their hair with Keeps. Visit keeps.com/Pat, and you'll get 50% off your first order. KEEPS, keeps.com/Pat.
Pat Gray returns.
Speaking of Joe Biden, somebody sent this clip to us from 2008 when Biden warned us what would happen if you pulled out of a Middle Eastern country too quickly.
Yeah, we've played a clip from this before, but I don't think we've played
did.
this part of it.
Really?
This seemed brand new.
All right.
There's a lot at stake in how we end this war. It makes a big difference how we end this war. And it makes a big difference to tell the American people the truth about what our options are in ending this war. Mm-hmm. If tomorrow the order goes out from I'm President of the United States, I issue an order, end the war today, begin to withdraw all American troops. It will take a year to get the American troops out. Do you hear me now? That's the truth.
I did. I heard you.
It will take a year to get them physically out.
Are you joking?
Now, if you leave all the equipment
No,
behind, you might be able to do it in 7 months.
If you leave the equipment behind.
Okay.
And you leave those billions of dollars of weapons behind, I promise they're going to be used against your grandchild and mine someday.
Why'd he get in the face of that woman? Was she pissed about the withdrawal thing? Was she suggesting we leave in 15 minutes? And then he gets right up in her face. Couple of things there. First of all, the message is amazing. I mean, because he did the exact opposite.
I mean, that's the Joe Biden we remember, right?
Yes, and he was a much different person.
Yeah.
He was whole back then. He had his mind back then. He doesn't now. He doesn't. And there's no clearer indication than when you play a really old clip of him like that. Incredible. Wow.
I kept waiting for him to be in the lady's face going, look, fat.
I know. You want to go do some push-ups with me? Huh? Let's go run around the block. Let's see who's faster. Huh? You want to throw down a little fisticuffs? You want to box with me?
Let's go.
Come on, bitch. Let's get it on.
Nobody F's with the Biden.
Yeah, you don't F with a Biden.
You don't.
You just
You
don't. Which leads us to last night, where Biden has said that risk of nuclear Armageddon is at the highest level since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yep, he was at a big
Oh, my
fundraiser.
gosh.
He was
Wow.
I know.
Is there audio of this or video?
No.
Just,
Not yet.
just the printed.
As far as we know, maybe everybody had to put their phones
Right.
into a black box.
Probably.
so
Yeah,
they
because he was going to
couldn't
say this kind
record.
of stuff.
Yeah, because it was a fundraiser where they were. They raised a bunch of money.
Oh, of course he did. There are a lot of stupid people.
But they talked about how it would leave, if Russia used a nuke, how it would leave everybody in a dilemma, how to retaliate.
Yeah.
And, that he went on to say talk about the Armageddon, how we're that much closer.
He said, for the first time since the Cuban Missile Crisis, we have a direct threat to the use of nuclear weapons. In fact, things continue down the path they'd been going. If, in fact, things continue down the path they've been going, we have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis. Of course, in the missile crisis, we had that stare down with Russia. They were trying to deliver nuclear weapons to Cuba, and we said no.
Right.
And sent some ships to reinforce that message, and they backed down, fortunately.
Nobody F's with a Biden, though. So we don't have anything to worry about.
Well, nobody except almost everybody.
Oh.
Other than that, it's nobody.
Now, it's been reported that he also said we're trying to figure out what is Putin's off-ramp. Where does he find a way out? Where does he find himself where he does not only lose face, but significant power? So we're not quitting until he's gone.
Well, and you've got Vlad over there, Zelensky, who's trying to start World War III. We have
He's asking NATO.
We have a clip of him making a specific request of NATO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Що повинна робити
What should NATO do?
Eliminate the possibility of Russia using nuclear weapons.
Росією ядерною зброєю.
Okay. But what is important, I once again appeal to the international community as I did before February 24th. We need preemptive strikes so that they'll know what will happen to them if they use nukes, and not the other way around. Don't wait for Russia's nuclear strikes and then say, oh, since you did this, take that from us. Reconsider the way you apply pressure. This is what NATO should do. Reconsider the order in which it applies pressure. That is incredible. All right, I got it. I got it from the gibberish-speaking Zelensky.
He wants us to start World War III.
A preemptive strike just means they're going to hit us back.
Yeah.
For instance, if they make the first move, then we're going to respond. It's inevitable. If we make the first move, then they're going to respond. How does that help? That doesn't help us. All right, I'm going to use nuclear weapons on you, and then we're done. Okay? And then you just have to cry uncle. All right? So we're going to start hitting Russian troops with tactical nukes. And you think it just ends there? What kind of idiot is this guy? What do you mean? We need to do a preemptive strike. You would have to wipe out, you would have to eliminate Russia completely. That's what you would have to. It would have to be a full-fledged, we bomb you out of existence, and you don't have any time to respond, which is impossible. It's impossible. Because as soon as the ICBMs are on their way to Russia, they're sending some on the way to us. I don't understand that. That was just sheer stupidity. The guy wants us to fight his battle. That's all it is. Yep. He wants us to fight his battle, and we're doing it for him. In large measure.
Yes, we are.
Just cash the checks and shut up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you won't. You won't. Well, especially since he's now a big celebrity across the world. Everybody has got to hang out with him. You know, we sat down with Volodymyr Zelensky, and what an incredible man he is. Has he been nominated for sainthood yet? Because he needs to be. Let's get the Pope on this. Can we?
It's on its way.
I mean, it's crazy. It is kind of worshipful. He's such a hero now that people have lost all reason with it, including this guy.
How long is this going to last? How long is this onslaught going to last?
As long as it's going to take. When we're there, it takes whatever time it takes.
Whatever time
we cannot let him prevail.
It can take months. It can take years.
It could.
It could.
You think the war could take years to 10?
No, you said that.
Yeah,
you said it could, okay?
No, you said it.
No, it could.
You said it could.
That pisses me off every time I hear it.
No. This guy. We're still trying to argue that interview. No, you said it first. No, you did.
I'm rubber, you're glue. By the way, did you see the two Russians that were fleeing military service that took a boat to Alaska?
Yeah. Yeah. Are we going to give them asylum, have we said?
I don't know where that stands. Jeffy?
I don't know where it stands. I just saw the story where they, the two guys, rafted over, a whole two. Whoa, we're making an impact. I saw the headline. I thought, oh, here they come. I thought we were having,
and then you open it up,
this
two guys
boat
on a raft.
lift from Russia coming. It's two guys on a raft. Okay, thanks.
We don't want to serve in the.
Right.
Well, what these guys have done is they've pulled the stop out of the dam.
Oh,
and now it's going to be a flood.
Okay, now it's going to be a nonstop.
Flood of non-stop defectors.
Well, I hope that
gonna be
Alaskan
great.
island doesn't
tip over and
capsize.
Yeah. Did they not make it to actual Alaska? They're just out in the
they're on an island.
Islands,
Yes,
the oceans,
whatever.
Yeah. All right. 888-900-3393. Also, we got the latest on John Fetterman. We have the latest on Herschel Walker. We got a couple of those two important, super critical Senate races are just teetering on the brink right now.
Blake Masters did a number against Mark Kelly last night in the Arizona debate. The clips that I have seen from that, he really cleaned up.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Was it a debate?
It was a debate,
Okay.
and it was immigration, that topic specifically. Mark Kelly had nothing. I don't even.
How do you defend that position?
Did I send a clip in for that? Yeah, because it was so bad. He goes. Blake Masters asked him, oh gosh, like he wouldn't fund 18,000 new border agents, but he voted to fund 87,000 IRS agents.
Oh, that's a great
But
observation.
he's been fighting the border ever since he got in office.
Oh, of course.
And he's doing a great job, huh?
Yeah, he's terrific.
Look at that border. It is sealed tightly.
The border is secure. A few tweets here. Jeffy Business tweets, Pat, that's a cute little list of Biden's failures you've got there, but at least our country's better off without President mean tweets.
All right.
Yeah, because you're not seeing as many mean tweets. In fact, you're not getting any of those. They're all truths now, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, Truth Social.
Yeah, Truth Social. You don't tweet. You truth.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
Lone Wolf 2965. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but incorrect pronoun usage is a microaggression and hate crime, and will be reported to the authorities. That's the new saying.
Wow, it's not as catchy though.
It doesn't
Doesn't even rhyme.
Not a great rhythm to it either. Jimmy Dimples. I tend to avoid Wikipedia this time of year anyway, due to the hassling me for donations. Sorry, my money's earmarked for Blaze TV, as it should be, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Stinky Biscuit tweets, in the Cuban Missile Crisis, we didn't have a president with mental health issues either. Very true there. Mrs. Boots, if you think about it, we should own Ukraine. Pretty sure we bought it several times over now. Yep. Meanwhile, what's going on in the races for U.S. Senate? There's the two really prominent ones, the key ones in Georgia and Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman just pulled in $22 million. Breaks a record for his Senate bid over the last, so in 3 months, he made $22 million. That is who are these stupid people? How dumb do you have to be?
Oh, it's not the stupid people necessarily. It's probably, I don't know. Does it say the average donation? Is the average donation $22 million from a guy named G. Soros?
They claim it came from 330,000 different donors.
Okay.
So you multiply. 22 million divided by 330,000. You're going to have your average.
It's like $18 or something.
But that could be
66.
$66 a piece.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, it's right. I suppose.
Oh, you suppose with me doing the math?
Yeah. If you used a calculator.
Yeah. Then I reverse engineered it. See?
Oh, good job.
330,000 times 66. Yeah.
And it does equal $22 million. Okay.
That's amazing.
Or could it be that 329,999 people gave $1?
Yes.
And one person
G. Soros
gave $22 million.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's crazy. I don't understand it. You see this guy, you know his background, you know his policies, and you think, yep, that's my guy.
Right.
He's the doofus I want in office. You know, the guy who can't speak or think. That's him. The guy who's not supported himself his entire life. I mean. Yes, we all know if your parents were living, you'd be in their basement.
100%.
Yeah, we know that.
If your parents are buying you a house, you're saying no to that?
Well, they didn't. His sister sold him the house.
Again.
For $1.
So he purchased it. Okay.
Look,
so he did buy his own house.
Okay,
he bought when there was a downturn in the housing market. All right. Look, what was
that was a worse downturn than Glenn's.
No doubt.
Right?
Jeez. So fortunately, that race is narrowing, and Oz is catching up right now. So we'll see.
I mean,
see what happens.
Win, right? I mean,
that's
John
what I'm
Fetterman,
hoping. But we've seen the answer.
The guy is walking around barely alive.
The answer to whether or not he can win is yes, he can. Because that's where we are right now.
$22 million isn't for his medical bills.
He might as well apply it to that.
Yeah,
because he needs the help. Man, oh man.
I don't know if it's legal or not, but go ahead. If that helps removing that goiter you've got on the back of your neck, you go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we need to ask some questions because he just had the stroke. He's got that gigantic thing on his neck. All right, you're going to send a guy to the Senate who's in that condition? It doesn't seem very smart to me.
No, we usually let people show up at the Senate and then be there for 50 years or so and get that way.
Yeah, right.
Let's not just start sending them like that.
It used to be that we were kind of averse to sending super sick people to the U.S. Senate because they're going to die right away, and then you got to do it all over again. So, but I guess that's not an issue now. Not an issue. We'll just elect this guy.
The Eagles
are
so much better
than
the Eagles.
Wait.
No.
No.
I like that he even figured it out.
Yeah, he did.
He even figured it out.
Did.
That's
Progress. He's making progress.
Yeah. Rehab is working.
Yeah. Okay.
But he doesn't really know what he meant. He just know he didn't. He knows he didn't mean that.
Maybe
No, that's not right.
Maybe the lump was whispering back
No.
and like, no,
John, that's
bro.
not right. That's not right, dude.
Fix it.
Dude.
And so then he's like, oh, no.
This is a talking goiter. I like it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Ick. Meanwhile, in Georgia, there's the Herschel Walker situation. And I guess we're expected not to vote for him because he paid for an abortion for his girlfriend in
Allegedly.
2009. Allegedly. And, the left should celebrate that. Don't they love abortion? Well, yeah, but you guys don't. What kind of hypocrites are you? Huh? Now, get this. Walker just lost. They just did a poll. So it's a current poll after all the controversy. He went down 12 points. Wow. He went from 50 to 38%. Dang it.
They pulled Georgia Tech fans.
Maybe. He's faced heavy scrutiny this week, of course, because of the Daily Beast article. And it does cause you reason to pause and say, okay, what kind of guy is this? But what's the alternative here? The alternative is Warnock, who is all about abortion. So, okay, I'm pissed at Herschel, and it violates my principles to support him because he funded an abortion for somebody. On the other hand, the other candidate is going to fund abortions for everybody. He wants the taxpayers to pay for it.
Yeah, and this isn't about changing a vote for Walker to changing it into a vote for Warnock. This is just to depress the Republican turnout. That's all that is.
It is. But got this great article from columnist Kurt Schlichter. He writes, does this amateur hour manipulation ever work? Does the howling of libs that you're somehow morally inadequate in some way that one might think would matter to conservatives, does that constitute an effective tool for compelling our social obedience? So Herschel Walker got accused of funding an abortion a decade ago, and I'm against abortion. So when I mention on the Twitters that I did not care, even if in the chance this anonymous accusation was true, the memo went out. Kurt, you're a hypocrite and you lack principles. He writes, okay, and?
I like that.
So good.
Who's this?
Kurt Schlichter. He's a columnist.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're present in the social media world as anything but a scum-sucking communist cheese weasel wokeoid, then you're already pretty much the Antichrist.
Yeah.
You get called racist, imperialist, Islamophobic, transphobic, sexist, ableist, fattist, a cultural appropriator, a Jesus gun nut, a semi-fascist, a full fascist, worse than a fascist fattist, and every other conceivable combination of meaningless noises. So adding unprincipled hypocrite of hypocrisy, that's simply making the rubble bounce. I'm not sweating a couple more spittle-sprayed slurs issued from the mouths of morons. This is really good.
That's awesome.
This is how we should feel about that feedback that we get from the left all the time. Yeah, after all the abuse and slanders, it was the allegation of unprincipled hypocrisy about Herschel Walker that finally made me take that personal inventory. I have, and now I want to defund the police, give money to bums, and burn the flag. Oh, and subsidize abortion on demand through puberty. Thank you, Internet Rando, for helping with my moral evolution. I'm frankly not seeing where they get the idea that throwing down the hypocrisy and lack of principles cards is going to make me obey them. But they do have that idea. It's related to the, and you're a bad Christian for not adopting my socialist agenda move. And that doesn't work on me either. Does it work on anyone? Let's pretend for a second that this claim isn't cynical nonsense promulgated by leftist turds and take it seriously. I know the proper response is to laugh at them, but for the sake of argument, let's just explore their argument. Let's assume that the Daily Beast's anonymous abortion girl actually exists. And she probably does, because now she claims that she's the mother of one of his children. I know, when I want honest news that is never, ever Democrat propaganda invented from whole cloth, it's off to whatever the Daily Beast is for the objective truth. But go with me. And let's assume Herschel threw in the bucks to do it a decade ago. And let's assume that a decade later, he's the same guy with no changes or evolution. Okay, what now? What are we somehow compelled to do within this alleged moral framework? Well, in the calculus of the moral illiterates of the left, because a candidate once participated in an abortion by paying for it, they would also whine if he did not pay for it, so whatever. Then we're morally compelled to not vote for him a decade later when he is a sure vote against abortion? It's a great point. In fact, we are morally compelled to effectively support the other guy who wants not only abortions up to 8 months, 3 weeks, 6 days, and 23 hours, 59 minutes, but also wants you and me to pay for them. Now, I'd be confused by this conundrum if I did not understand that everything liberals say when they talk about morality makes as much sense as everything Bitey the Corgi of Terror says when she talks about the particle physics. It's not a rational argument designed to make you reevaluate your beliefs in light of new facts. It's the kind of Durwood thought process a bong-hitting sophomore at Gumbo State thinks is brilliant when imparted by some man-bunned teaching assistant in his Introduction to Freaking Out Your Bourgeois Parents 101 seminar at Gumbo State. Look, they're just trying to morally intimidate you into doing what they want. And if you have any doubt, do what I ask. Ask them what the hypocrisy rule is regarding candidates. So what is the hypocrisy rule? How does it work? What qualifies as hypocrisy? And more importantly, what is the rule about how we're obligated to respond upon the detection of hypocrisy? Apparently, the hypocrisy rule requires us to abandon Herschel because he allegedly fell short a decade ago on the abortion issue, and thereby allow his abortion super freak opponent the chance to call a code red on every fetus, from the Florida Keys to Nome, Alaska. Does the hypocrisy rule only apply to abortion, or does it apply to any bad conduct? What about, I don't know, creeping on women? Say the guy poses as Mr. Woman Defender and, I don't know, showered with his daughter and got very, very handsy in the Senate tunnel with an aide. Is that a qualified hypocrisy event or not? I love it when it's turned right back on them.
And it goes right over their heads, by the way.
Oh, yeah. They don't get that at all. First of all, I don't think they even know about the Tara Reid accusation with Joe Biden. They don't even know. And they don't know that he showered with his daughter, and that's what she had in her diary. Wow. So, if not, why not? I vote it does count. We're voting on this, right? Or is the hypocrisy rule just to be applied intermittently and situationally whenever our betters in the regime media decide to do so with no input from us?
There you go.
Brilliant. I mean, this is just a great article. Maybe we should just tweet it out because it's somewhat long. But that's the gist of it. It's like, okay, what's the alternative? Is there a third-party candidate you can go to? Because if you do, Herschel's going to lose, and then you got Warnock.
Right.
So I don't know. It's a tough one because it's getting a lot of play, and they're hammering him hard. But even if it is true, again, first of all, he's better than the alternative. Secondly, he's also changed, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he a born-again Christian now? I don't know when that happened.
Story of redemption, right? Yeah.
Right. I mean, he admits that, he didn't do great things for a while in his life.
And he also, so we did, I hadn't heard that the girl has come forward now. Is that right? The abortion baby lady?
Yeah, well, she says that Herschel is the father of her other child.
Okay.
And I'm not sure which of his children that is. Is it Christian?
And
I don't know.
So has he provided? I mean, he's provided for this person, and the child is just that.
Well, that might be what the check was for. I don't know. Maybe that was a some sort of child payment. I don't know. Don't know. The more troubling allegation might be from his son, but where is that coming from?
I don't know.
Christian Walker was all about his dad just months ago. When was that? Earlier this year? Was it late last year? Where he was making the rounds talking about him and how great he was.
Yeah.
And he supported his campaign. He campaigned for him. Now all of a sudden you hate the guy and he was a terrible dad? I don't know. It's all very strange. It's almost as if somebody bought him off.
Really?
Yeah. If I didn't know better, I might, be cynical enough to believe that perhaps there's some nefarious things afoot there.
But, I mean, you know better. So.
But I know better, yeah. I mean, that's just not reasonable in America today, right? Nobody could have gone to him and offered him, I don't know, money to say these things.
Right.
Just tweet out a couple
Silly.
things about your dad. I'm sure that didn't happen.
Okay.
I don't even know why I brought it up.
Right.
So that's silly. Did he not even? He was in this building, actually.
I thought he was. Yeah,
He
I just about said. I thought he was
this
here.
Building. Yep. He went on Sarah's show. He was he on Glenn's? He might have been on Glenn's. But he made the rounds here in the building on all the various shows. We didn't take him, but because we don't really do interviews much. But now all of a sudden, okay, so you're all about him. You're this gay Christian conservative, and you have a unique take on things, right? But you support your dad. You're out
Right.
campaigning for your dad. You're talking about him. Now, all of a sudden, he's a bad guy.
Okay.
What? All right.
All
Well,
right.
did he just become a bad guy? And that's not the case because he's saying he left him and his mom,
Right.
for a bunch of to have sex with a bunch of women. I don't know. It's bizarre.
Really bizarre.
Bizarre. It's almost as if this was concocted by
You
someone.
keep saying that.
I know, but again,
I just said you know
again,
better.
I want to dispel that
Okay.
notion because it's preposterous. That could not happen
Okay,
in
stop
America.
saying it.
Not today's America. Am I right? I'm right. All right. Well, we got more on trivia coming up. It's a big matchup, Chicago and the Minnesota Vikings. Who will win? More on trivia next.
Good morning, American.
Upon the frozen tundra of the human mind, two teams go head to head.
How many weeks are in a typical year?
60.
60
yeah.
weeks is really close.
In a brutal battle between brainless boobs
What is SPF supposed to protect you from?
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
Thank you.
and senseless buffoonery.
What direction does the sun rise?
In the West.
In the west. Oh.
Dullards versus dummies.
Name one landlocked state.
California.
Oh, California.
That's a good guess.
Dopes versus dodos.
A menorah is usually associated with what religion? Voodooism? Pretty
Yeah.
close.
Moron versus moron.
If you're in a selfie, who most likely took the picture?
Person in the middle.
The person in the middle.
In a monumental matchup of minuscule minds.
Who is the Speaker of the House?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on whose house you're talking about. Usually it's the wife.
Oh.
This is Moron Trivia.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
And time for more on trivia. Here's our commissioner for more on trivia, Jeffy Fisher, to describe how the game works.
Well, we are going to predict the outcome of an NFL game, and that game is the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings this week. And we do that by calling convenience stores in those local areas, the local Chicago area and the local Minnesota, that whole area of Minnesota. And we ask them, we play 4 quarters. We ask each city 4 questions for each quarter. The team that answers the most questions correctly wins the game.
I do like this extended mix that we're playing.
I know.
This is good stuff,
I know.
man.
It's continuing on.
All right, so waiting for a person to answer a phone in Minneapolis or the surrounding area.
Had a huge Thursday night matchup last night on Amazon Prime.
No.
Yeah, it was a shootout.
It was a shootout.
When
is-
overtime, it was such a barn burner.
Right. 12-9 shootout.
Hope you took the under.
Yeah, no
of
doubt.
passing yards for Matt Ryan. No, that was something
And
else.
Russell Wilson struggled.
I know.
They
What
both
happened
are having
there?
Bad years, man.
Dang. That's really weird. Maybe, I think when you move to a new team and you're just uncomfortable because you don't know the system like you did, then you got to think about everything. And that takes away from just being spontaneous and knowing what to do, and it all comes second nature.
That's true with
and I
the
think
rest
that's what
of the team,
happens.
too.
Yeah, and I think that's what happens. And so he'll probably struggle for maybe the whole year, but he'll get it down.
Both guys?
Yeah.
Matt Ryan
Mm-hmm.
with the Colts and Russell Wilson with the Broncos?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I don't know how they've done it, but the Colts, man, they've played so poorly, but they're 2-2-1. Hey.
2-2-1. So asinine that you can
I
still
know.
tie in the NFL.
Against the
It's
Texans.
embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
Lose the tie.
So is that the only non-loss for the Texans this year? I haven't even paid attention.
The only non-loss?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they haven't won a game.
Yeah, like
So
they're
0-3-1.
0-3-1.
Yeah.
Jeez. Again, that's
It
embarrassing.
sure is.
Not good. Not good. Also on the football front this weekend, Missouri takes on
Heading to the swamp, baby.
Florida.
Yeah.
Is Nebraska, they have a bye week?
Rutgers tonight.
Rutgers
tonight.
One of those rare Friday night college football games.
They
And-
going into Rutgers?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Piscataway. You go into Piscataway, New
There it
Jersey. You can throw out all the record
You
books.
sure can.
Tell you that right now. I don't care who Nebraska is. They're in Piscataway tonight. Okay, you've bitten off more than you can chew, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Meanwhile, tomorrow BYU plays Notre Dame on NBC.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that game, actually.
Me
It'll
too.
be a fun game to watch.
Me too. Their running back, Audric, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, Esteem, just said that, they're a good team, but they can't match up with our players. Wait, what? I'm sorry, wait, what did you just say? Yeah, they can't match up with us, so I feel like we should handle business.
I feel like the record doesn't show that.
Yeah, I feel like Marshall proved otherwise a couple of weeks ago. Who do we have?
Mandy.
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, I don't think it could be going any better. Do you?
I couldn't agree more myself.
Right. I mean, it's enchanted. What's
Yeah,
happening
it's a
right
beautiful
now
morning.
is enchanted and
It
enchanting.
is a beautiful morning.
All right, we'd like to ask you 4 questions, if that's all right.
Sure thing.
Okay. You can't. If anybody's there with you can't ask for help. And,
Okay, I will separate myself.
Okay. And if you don't know the answer, just take a guess.
Okay.
Question number 1: a down pillow is filled with what?
Feathers, I think.
Feathers?
Yeah, down feathers.
Indeed. Yeah. Good job.
Great, good deal.
Question number 2: what was Bruce Jenner known for in the 1970s? What was Bruce Jenner known for in the 1970s?
The Olympics?
Olympics?
The Olympics.
Oh my gosh. Nice job. Came through in the end there.
Yeah, Google sure did.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What's that?
You think so?
What's that? No.
No. Question number 3. What is an herbivore? An herbivore.
Or eats only plants.
You're on fire right now.
Good stuff.
Question number 4. A final question for you. What is a pacifist?
Pacifist does not like to use violence.
It does not like to use violence. Yeah, we'll give it to him.
All right.
I mean, how happy you made me, Mandy.
Wow, Mandy. You came and you gave without taking. But now we're going to have to send you away.
Oh, no.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But we're going to send you the home version of our game psychically. And
Okay.
I just did. Did you get it? You got it?
I got it.
Awesome.
Thanks, Mandy.
Awesome.
Bye-bye. She got all 4, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
On fire was Mandy. I kind of sensed, just from the vitality in her voice, that she was going to do well. Didn't you think?
Yes, absolutely.
I thought we were on our way to a sweep there, and sure enough, she swept. So there you go. Last night, as we wait for a contestant in Chicago or the surrounding area,
Just Greater Illinois, Michigan.
Michigan, Wisconsin,
Just don't tell us.
Pennsylvania, Ohio.
And we won't ask. No ask, don't tell.
Right. So Fauci was on with Stephen Colbert. Oh, that's a great
man.
matchup. That's a good
I
pairing.
hope I DVR'd it.
I love it. I hope you did too. You won't need to. We got some of it for you.
Oh, okay, good.
But if it's not sufficient, you can go back and watch the entirety of the interview. But he's still trying to convince us, man, that he knows best about COVID treatments.
Isn't he gone?
No.
Isn't he away?
Not yet. No.
Get out.
Did ivermectin do anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Humans do take it, but not for this purpose.
Right. It does not help with COVID, and it could be dangerous.
Okay.
Pause it for a second.
I want
It's just a
Okay. Wrong again.
It's just a complete lie.
It sure is. And everybody knows somebody who took it, and it helped. Somebody who was at death's door in some cases.
Yes.
And it brought him back.
Yes.
And closed the door. Closed the door behind them. They were on the way to the other side.
Now, I contend that if that little elf that is being interviewed by Stephen Colbert had stock in ivermectin, then that answer would have been a lot different a year and a half ago.
That's for sure. I mean, that's pathetic.
It sure is.
That's just out of hand. No, didn't help.
No.
Well, studies have proven it helped now. They have done tests
extensive
on it.
studies.
Yes. All right, let's see the rest of this.
No.
No. So people who hoarded that.
No.
No reason to have done that. Okay.
Right.
Just checking.
Unreal. That's unreal.
Just checking.
Just checking. Just checking. You're still going with the company
So hold on.
line.
So if you have ringworm or whatever, remember how they give this to all the immigrants that come here? They give ivermectin to kind of clear them out before they turn them loose.
Right.
So it doesn't, ivermectin, according to Fauci, what I'm gathering there is it doesn't cause harm if you have something other than COVID.
Right.
But if you have COVID, then it magically
It can be
causes
harmful.
harm?
Yeah.
Go away.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Because people do take it, just not for this.
And it won a Nobel Prize in medicine, right? In 2015?
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, for helping horses.
I don't think it was the horse paste that won the prize, actually.
Just checking.
So
I know. What a douche. That's so.
Man.
You want something fun? You want
Sure.
Is that
Fun
what,
video?
there's no? That was the only clip of him.
That's the only clip.
Man, that's good.
Yeah. You got to see this chick going down the 405 in LA.
Agonize.
Oh, okay. You want something else there? Because that is
we'll get to that.
shocking video.
First, let's go to Kanye on Tucker.
Oh, good.
This might be more fun.
Yes.
As we continue to.
Is this an old interview?
No.
Last night.
Then
Last night.
Why is it Kanye? Because that's not his name.
Sorry, Ye. Ye was on Tucker last night.
Okay.
We don't want to dead name them.
Okay. That pissed me off, man.
All right. Apologize for the dead naming. Here's Ye last night.
So the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Is this a Japanese movie or what's going on there?
Thank you.
Movements didn't match the voice there, but
You got it.
all right. Let's. Who do we have? Who's on with us? Amber? Okay, Amber. Are you there? Hello, Amber.
Hi.
Hi. We'd like to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay, you can't ask for help. And if you don't know the answer, just take a guess. All right?
Well, if that's the case, you should have asked for my coworker. She's like a knowledge book.
Oh, well.
Oh, you're good. You're fine.
We were
You're
looking for you,
fine.
actually, so
Don't
you'll be fine.
Don't put yourself down.
This is
Amber.
Amber at the store, right?
Darn it, you're good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, then that's who we need.
Yeah, that's
Amber.
who we need. All right, Amber, question number 1. A down pillow is filled with what?
Feathers.
What?
Yep.
Feathers? Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Some of them are now filled with cheese because they have decided that...
Why'd they do that?
I don't know. Are they some kind of...
Really?
Yeah, because I guess with the food shortages that are hitting, you can sleep on it and then eat it afterwards.
I could become a fan of that.
Like,
yeah.
like Jeffrey doesn't know.
I could
Really?
become a fan of
He
that.
knew there was food in the pillow.
Question number 2, Amber. What was Bruce Jenner known for in the 1970s?
Transitioning to a female?
In the not in the 1970s. He's actually known for nothing because there was no such person then.
Thank you.
Stop the dead naming. I won't have it.
Thank you.
Okay?
Was Bruce's name?
All right. All right. Question number 3. What is an herbivore?
One that eats vegetables?
One that eats vegetables? Can we accept that, Commissioner?
The dinosaur that eats
Yes.
vegetables.
Okay. All right.
No, that's a vegetable whore.
We're going to accept it, but more technically, it was a guy named Herb E. Vore who invented vegetarianism back in 1837.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1837.
But we'll accept it. Question number 4. What is a pacifist? A pacifist.
Somebody who's very nice.
Somebody who's very nice. Can we accept
Like
that?
patient.
Like what?
Okay. Patient? Is that what you said?
I said doesn't like confrontation.
Oh, doesn't like confrontation.
Yeah,
I think we'll give you that.
Right.
It's pretty close.
A stretch.
Pretty close.
Oh,
How many
Amber.
points is she getting there?
I mean, Amber's associate probably would have done better.
Oh,
but
that hurts.
All right. Amber, I think you've been a fantastic contestant today. Thank you.
Would you say the best ever?
I would say the best ever.
Mm-hmm.
The best contestant we've ever had.
Okay.
Congratulations on that. Put a gold star on your forehead for the day, and then when everybody asks you, you can tell them I was the best contestant they've ever had on the Big Frog 1099. All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Amber. Bye-bye now.
Didn't feel like she believed you?
No, I didn't. I didn't feel like she was having as much fun as we were.
no, she was not.
So is that 3, Jeffy?
Yeah.
All right, so after first quarter, it's the Vikings 4 and the Bears 3.
This must be so weird for people.
Absolutely, it is.
I mean, just bizarre. All right, let me tell you about Rough Greens. If your pet is finicky, this might be a great solution for them. And if your pet is getting a little listless, they're not as active as they once were. This will also help in that area because Rough Greens is packed with all kinds of vitamins and minerals, probiotics, antioxidants, and it will restore your dog's friskiness. I think you just feed this to them. They love it. For some reason, it's like little doggy crack when you sprinkle it on their food. And they love it. And then you just sit back and watch the changes occur because they will occur. Go to roughgreens.com. Right now, Rough Greens wants to send you a trial bag, just a sample bag to see if your dog is going to love it as much as mine does. All you have to pay is the shipping, and then you can find out if your dog is going to love it, and then jump in with both feet. It's roughgreens.com, RUFF Greens, roughgreens.com, or 833-783-3364. Welcome. We're in the midst, heading into the second quarter of More on Trivia. Vikings lead the Bears 4-3 at this point as we await a contestant in Minneapolis or the surrounding area.
Greater Minnesota area. Yes.
We're about to check out, and we'll do this while we wait for a contestant. We got Kanye West, or Ye, I'm sorry. We got Ye last night explaining why he wore that unbelievably deadly White Lives Matter shirt. Why'd he do it? Why would you do something like that? Why would you say white lives matter when you know they don't? When you know full well white lives do not matter.
Even if you believe for a second that white lives do matter, by wearing that, you mean black lives don't.
That's what it means. Thank you, Jeffy. Thank you. You might as well have been waving a gun at black people.
Okay, so if that shirt, if that triggered you,
Uh-huh.
how about the lanyard he was wearing that Tucker asked him about last night?
Oh, let's see.
Fashion Week, you just landed, and you have a lanyard still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
Why?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen. I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City.
All right, pause it for a second. We got to get into that coming up. But first we have, who do we? Geraldine.
Geraldine.
Hi, Geraldine. How are things today?
Oh, good.
Good. We're going to make them even better for you. We've got 4 questions if you're willing to answer them. Is that all right?
I'll try, yes.
All right. You can't ask for help from anybody. And if you don't know the answer, just guess. Okay?
Okay.
Question,
All right.
Question number 1, Geraldine. Who is Kamala Harris?
I do not know.
Don't know her?
Nobody knows who that is.
Yeah. She is the inventor of Venn diagrams. Strangely
Really?
enough. Yeah. She invented
I
it.
thought she was a singer for the Pips.
No. Okay. Question number 2. What state's initials are KY?
Whoa.
Kentucky.
Good.
Yeah.
You nailed it. What is the round yellow part of an egg called?
A yolk.
The yolk is exactly what most people call it.
Care for that question.
Good.
Some people call it the nucleus, but those are stupid people. They don't understand. That's not what it's called. It's weird. Question number 4. Global warming is believed to affect what planet? Earth. Congratulations.
She didn't care for that.
It also affects the planet Uranus.
Whoa.
Yeah, so be careful of that.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't want it affecting
You don't want to get too warm.
Right.
Not unless you're a
Or
chess
cold
player.
necessarily. All right, well, Geraldine, did you get that name from the Flip Wilson show?
No.
No.
My father named me.
Okay. All right.
That's
Well,
all I know.
that's all you know.
Is your dad Flip Wilson?
Don't know why.
Yeah, is your dad famous?
No? Okay. All right, what are you doing this weekend?
No.
Well, I'm not quite sure. My plans aren't finalized.
Let's make some Venn diagrams.
All right. Yeah, how about that?
In honor of the inventor, Kamala Harris.
I don't know.
We were thinking about coming by the store later. Will you still be there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until 1 o'clock.
All right.
Oh, it's a one. Okay, good.
We'll see you about 12:30. All right.
All right.
All right, Geraldine.
All right.
Oh, that was it. That was
All right.
abrupt. Wow.
Yeah,
Not even a
well, we
goodbye.
were
Just
done.
all right.
Yeah.
And click. Okay. Well,
Started to develop a little bit of an attitude.
she
toward
kind of
the
did
end.
at the end. Yeah.
So I was glad to see
Yeah.
her go.
So how many did you get right?
3.
Did she now? So it's 7-3.
Oh, I got to update.
Vikings
that,
over
don't
the Bears. 7-3.
Oh, running away with it.
As we await a contestant in Chicago.
Yeah, Chicagoland again, as Jeffy said earlier, stretches. My gosh, from
It's a big
Oh, yeah,
area.
it's a big area, large
Yeah.
area. The greater Chicago, Illinois area, huge.
A lot of people
Huge.
say it goes all the way to Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah.
And for
lot of people
sure
say
to
that.
Toronto.
All right, let's go back to the Yay thing and watch what he had to say about that lanyard around his neck.
Fashion Week, you just landed, and the lanyard's still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Okay.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Would have been a good
Boy,
president.
so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen. I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50%
He got that from
of
us.
black death in America is abortion.
Yeah, that's
so
our stat.
I
by the
really
way.
don't care about people's responses. I
know,
perform
I
for
got it.
audience one,
It's-
and that's God.
He performs for God.
That's nice. That's great. Good job,
Okay,
Yay.
I'd like to say thanks
Good
for
job.
listening.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Those are our stats. You can only find them here.
It's our stats?
Those
We
are our
own those
stats.
stats?
Yes.
Okay. So he's been getting a lot of heat, obviously, from family, friends, people in the business for
You
being a
know he
conservative.
has.
Oh, yeah.
And he addressed that as well. last night
Okay.
on Tucker.
When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office, and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, you know, my so-called friends / handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I liked Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be killed for
Good heavens.
wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, you know, okay, green light me then. you know, God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, you know, he made me for such a
purpose such as this. Yeah.
Wow. What a brave individual. Can you even imagine the crap he has to endure?
Pressure he's on.
How would you like him in a room with Putin as opposed to Joe Biden?
I would.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real courage because that's going against, what, 80 or 90% of the people he hangs out with?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, you can't even imagine what's coming down on him now.
Oh, my gosh.
Whew. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
He
Tremendous.
seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does. Still making money, still alive, and still talking the same way. 888-933-93. More on trivia. 7-3 Vikings over the Bears right now. Welcome. We are in the middle of the second quarter. Bears about to get the ball. Vikings lead the Bears 7-3 in our matchup on more on trivia today. So hopefully we'll get a contestant from Chicago here momentarily.
Yeah, maybe.
In the meantime, let me tell you, coming up on overtime today, we got this Renaud Gagne, or is it Gagne?
Yeah, he's Pat Head up in Canada.
Not sure how you pronounce his name, but he sent us this article from the Washington Examiner about Calvin Coolidge. And it's a speech that he made.
Well, no, because you got Ken Burns did this history thing about the Holocaust, and in it he disparaged Calvin Coolidge. So I went through this. There's a speech referenced in this article that defends Calvin Coolidge, and I went through it yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I think we really need to stick up for Cal because when you read this speech, he is the furthest thing from being anti-Semitic.
I mean, no
as
one
Ken
sticks
Burns
up for
suggests.
Calvin Coolidge more than this show.
Well, and that's
Thank
why we
you.
had
That's
to.
correct.
That's why we had to step up and do this defense.
Nobody even mentions Calvin Coolidge, let alone sticks up for him.
Yeah.
But this show. So yeah. So we're gonna investigate that coming up on overtime. Also, someone explain this video to me, maybe from Chicago's mayor. Speaking of Chicago, we're about to speak with somebody from Chicago, but. First, we have to show you what Mayor Lori Lightfoot was up to recently. This is kind of interesting.
What a ridiculous.
What is going on, man?
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go?
They're doing some karaoke contest or something.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go?
Sweet home.
Okay.
Back to that same old place.
She really thinks a lot of herself.
Yeah. So they're doing some sort of
Chicago Sing, some sort of event.
Yeah. Which is good because they've got everything under control in Chicago. It's not like crime is already up 37% from a year ago in their crime-riddled town.
It's a cute little
but
TikTok,
murder is down to 0 this year, right? They've completely solved the murder situation.
I believe so. I'm not going to fact check that. I'm just going to take your word on it.
Yeah, it's down to 0.
And that's why they
no
have
one
time
has been
to
killed.
mess around.
Really?
Yeah. Nobody's even died in Chicago this year. They eliminated disease and the gunplay that was so out of control.
That's amazing.
Lori's taking care of all of it. Now she's got time to do karaoke
There's
battles.
no disease in Chicago
No
now?
disease. It's gone.
Beetlejuice got rid of it, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
Must be why everybody's leaving.
There's a whole list of companies that are leaving in droves.
I mean, if you were
from
living
Chicago.
in a place that has stopped all murders,
I'd stay.
stopped all deaths,
I'd stay.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know why people are fleeing the town when it's Shangri-La.
Yeah, and it's obviously it's not just Chicago that sucks that people are fleeing from. California drew in 11% less in personal income tax revenue than it expected so far this year. So,
wonder if that's because people who make money are leaving the freaking state so they can keep their money.
Yep.
So stupid.
But we can do a karaoke contest in Chicago if you're interested.
Yeah. They should invite Governor McCheese or whatever his name is in California. Newsom. They should invite him to do the karaoke
That's
thing.
a new one.
He'll show up.
Gavin McCheese.
Gavin McCheese.
All right, let's make that stick.
Yeah. He's so cheesy. I can't stand that guy. But he's going to be the Democrat nomination. I almost guarantee it.
Feels like it isn't.
In 2024, he's
certainly
going to be
feels
the
like
guy.
it, yeah.
Does, yeah. And maybe even if Biden runs, they might primary the guy. I don't know, because you can't go another 4 years with this guy.
No, I'm
you can't.
sorry.
There's just no way.
And they know that.
Democrats primary
They do know that.
Jimmy
They know
Carter,
that.
and Jimmy Carter was light years better than Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. You can't even see Jimmy Carter from where Joe Biden is.
I'm so glad he's still around to see this, so he can.
Me too.
He can
say,
rest in peace later.
No longer am I the worst president in American history.
Got that cheesy laugh, man.
Yeah. Is he 97? 98?
134.
He's he's getting up there.
Yeah, he is.
See
Getting
here.
up there.
He is 98. Oh, he just turned 98 this week.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
That's great. Jimmy Carter. All right. Still awaiting our contestant. So let me take care of this and tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. If you're trying to sell your home, there's no better way to do it than by getting an agent from Real Estate Agents I Trust. It's a service we don't even charge you for. We just want you to have the best agent you possibly can so that you can get your home sold quickly and for the most amount of money. Or if you're buying, maybe you're doing both because you're relocating, to get the most home for your money too. Really important. These are the agents that can help you make the important decisions. Do you repaint? Do you change the countertops? Do you remodel a bathroom? All of those things are tough decisions. And these realtors know whether or not you're going to get your money out of the changes you're making. Real Estate Agents I Trust. Plus, they're fans of the show. You're not going to have to worry about going around with some liberal kook that you're going to be pissed off at for the whole time. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
All right. The set of Chris Cuomo's show, guys, he's setting the world, the
How you
television
liking that
world
show?
on its
Fire.
ear.
How are you liking it,
It's
man?
So, it's so.
What's your favorite part that you've seen of the show this week?
Wow, to put my finger on just one part? I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could.
Just one thing that's just tell us. It doesn't have to be your favorite. Just pick one thing you like.
Where it ends, when he stops,
when he throws it to the next show.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got that clip actually.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. You captured my favorite part.
Yeah, it's just
if you do that.
chaos. I mean, and everybody in the business has technical difficulties and stuff like that. But man, can you imagine working with a douche while you have technical difficulties? That's the issue here.
Yeah. Here's what happened.
Let me get another caller. Next.
We have Warren from Kutztown, PA.
All right, Warren, give it to me quick.
It's over.
It's over.
Warren, guys.
What is that?
Warren.
Don't yell.
You there?
No, he already
Dusty
went away.
is
He
scared.
told you. It's
Give me
over.
another caller.
Okay, let's try if we can get Debbie. I don't know if we're going to get Debbie, but I know she has an issue with your wardrobe. I can tell you that much.
What?
Yep, she doesn't like your tie.
What?
Yeah, I don't even know if you're going to get Debbie, but I can tell you that Debbie does not want you wearing ties anymore.
Are you
might wanna-
Debbie?
No,
Dusty?
but tell Debbie why you have to wear a tie.
Talk to my boss.
Exactly.
It's like playing for the Yankees here at News Nation.
And I'm not me. Way above me. Way above me.
Yes, I'm
because
here.
I didn't want you in a
Nobody
tie.
thought you were my boss.
Okay, well.
Is this Debbie? Debbie.
What a jerk.
I know.
No, you only have
You just
me.
have like random people that talking to me on the phone?
You only have me, unfortunately.
What's going on in this operation?
You have Dan Abrams.
All right, let me talk to Dan. At least I know he exists. Thank you very much, Dusty. Appreciate you.
We're still getting this whole sort of
Turn his mic on.
thing.
Phone calls?
No, I can't hear any of the phone calls. I
What
can't hear
a
anything. in my head.
cluster.
So I'm hoping.
I
and
got
I don't
voices
have
in
time,
my head all the
usually
time.
until you started here, I had plenty of time to check things in. I'd be like, oh, we're good. Now that you're here, I'm sitting on the set. I'm like, I don't hear anything.
I know that pain.
No one. I can't hear a thing.
Abrams
so I
is
don't
the
even
owner,
know when
right?
I start my show if it's going to make any
Doesn't
sense.
he own the News
He might.
Nation network?
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-oh.
That's really bad. You know what they had the first night? This is the debut night where people are actually maybe curious about it. Monday night, we mentioned, I think the other day, he had 147,000 total viewers.
Total.
It's a national show. It's on all across the country. 147,000?
Yeah, they advertised.
You know what he had in the
millions.
demo? 8,000.
That's not good.
100,000 people.
Yeah, for
in the demo.
comparison, when he had that 147,000, Tucker was pulling in
2.4 million or something.
2.9
Okay.
million.
I mean, they made the list of the shows that beat him, and one of them, was Blue Bloods, a repeat of Blue Bloods. I mean, that's a good show.
Well, there were
but-
cartoons that were beating him.
Yeah.
Cartoons beat him. What's that burger show?
Bob's Burgers.
Bob's
yeah.
Burgers
Yeah.
beat him.
Now, I will say this. One thing I didn't realize is that he was taking calls.
Yeah,
Because that's probably not in delay. I may have to call.
Please do.
Oh, yeah?
Please do.
You can
We should
call
all call.
Jeff and
we
Dallas?
should all call some night.
We're going to have to come up with a name. I might have to do this on Chewing the Fat. And just come up with a name to call
I love it.
Cuomo
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Because those TV shows are not in delay. There's no way that he's taking calls. That he's taking calls in delay.
I don't know. I mean, you can delay it, but I don't know if they are.
Okay.
We'll see. Do it. You should
It'd
do
be
it.
fun.
Yes, it would. It'd be a lot of fun. Might even be fun just to say you're on the line. Then as soon as they go to you, hang up.
I used to do that.
And
to
you're
the
not
one
there.
Guy. Oh, the one guy
And
used to
that
get
screws him
so
up.
mad.
What's your middle name, Jeffy?
Because he would, the one guy we used to call all the time, he would kept having people call, and then he would talk to his board op, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you call when he's talking to his board op, the board op would just put you on hold, and not screen you. So then he would go, oh, then we have a caller from from whatever county you called from,
Whoops.
and he'd go to you, and then you hang up. Why did you even call? Why did you even call?
No, let's come up
Just
with a
to
name
mess
for
you
you.
up, my friend. Just to mess with you.
So
what's
good.
your middle name, Jeff?
So
Come on.
good.
What's your middle name?
Bill.
Bill in Saginaw. Okay, that's your that'll be your handle.
Your middle name's not Bill. What is it?
What?
Yeah, that's my middle name.
I
What is
feel
it for really?
duped.
For real. What is it for real? Come on.
Willard.
No, it isn't.
That's my middle name. You
It
asked me
is
my
not.
middle name.
Jeffrey Willard?
That's correct.
I don't believe that. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a communist lie.
7-3.
7-3. Still,
What was the score before?
still waiting for somebody in Chicago.
So in other words, if we don't get someone in Chicago, the Vikings were up
Vikings
4-3,
win.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
We're 3-0. Don't forget. More on trivia.
3-1.
Nope, 3-0.
3-0 with the host.
With an exhibition week that did not count.
3-1.
Did not count.
That's the record.
3-0.
Yeah. Did you see the wall?
His name.
You see whose name is on the wall?
You see that?
I'm going to
See
burn
that?
that freaking wall down to the ground.
It's because, I mean, I know it hurts, but look at the wall.
Yeah, it says Pat.
Look at the wall.
Gray.
Pat Gray, and then underneath.
Is that your name, Pat?
Yeah, Pat.
Oh, see,
Gray.
that makes sense.
Then Unleashed is the name of the show. So.
No, I know your
3-0.
name,
Okay.
and I know
Yeah,
the
we're
show's
3-0.
3 wins, no
3-0.
losses with the host of the show present.
Did you realize that all Blue Eyes, everybody with blue eyes, has descended from a single common ancestor? His name was Adam. We always knew this, right?
That's a Thinking Man's joke.
Name was Adam.
How do you know that?
All people with blue eyes share a single common ancestor that lived between 6,000 and 10,000 years ago. 6,000 is about right, I would say.
Some people believe that, yeah. Some people do believe that.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Some named Pat. Just to check the wall.
It's on the wall, yeah.
Check the wall. Although blue is the second most common eye color worldwide, it's still relatively uncommon. What? Only seen in around 8 to 10% of people?
Wow.
What?
Pays to be special.
Huh. What's the most common eye color? Is it brown?
I don't know. Are you going to make me Google this stuff?
That percentage becomes all the more impressive in light of new research. All blue eyes today can be traced back to a single common ancestor that spontaneously developed the mutation for this eye color, according to researchers at the University of Copenhagen.
Okay.
The mutation spread from that ancestor across the globe over the last 6 to 10 millennia. 6 sounds about right.
Wow.
6 just sounds about right. Feels good to me.
So here's what I found. That these numbers that I'm looking at don't jive with that. Brown eyes, 45%. Blue eyes, 27%.
Yeah, I thought it was more than 8 to 10.
Hazel eyes, note hazel eyes consist of shades of brown and green, 18%.
Okay.
Green eyes, 9%, and then other, 1%.
Other? What
Yellow or orange. You've seen them. We have a couple of them that work here.
Yellow eyes?
Yeah, yellow
or
eyes.
orange eyes?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So there you go.
I must have.
Huh.
Oh, wait.
When he
Look at
says
this.
you've seen him.
Look at this. Look at this. What eye colors make up that remaining 1%? Sometimes people with albinism, a condition that
albinos.
Yeah, let's see here. Have
What do
pink
they have?
or red eyes.
Pink or red.
In addition, gray eyes, which are blue with flecks of gold into brown, and amber eyes, which have a yellow, golden, or coppery hue, are extremely rare.
But yeah, we all descended from a guy named Adam. So that's kind of cool.
Is that written down somewhere? How do you know this?
And then
He
everybody
keeps saying
with
it,
brown eyes and green eyes descended from a woman named Eve.
Where are you getting?
So-
Is that in the story?
Yeah, somewhere in here.
Somewhere.
I'm pretty sure it's in there somewhere.
Okay.
So
that was
There
how
you go.
long
And about
how long
6,000,
ago? Yeah.
right around 6,000 years
Yeah.
ago. We're not quite to 6,000 years, because that would be bad if we were at the end of the 6,000 years.
Really?
Yes, that would be bad, because that triggers what is commonly called Armageddon. And then we go into the millennial time.
Yeah, but Joe Biden warned us
Okay,
that we're about to be there.
Yeah, he did. Did we do that yet?
Yeah, we read it.
We already did that.
There's
Oh,
no-
yeah.
there's no
Yeah. Jeez. That guy. Isn't he the greatest?
I mean, nobody wants to talk some kind of peace. I mean, Biden even said that he doesn't. We don't know a way for Putin to save face and be gone.
Right.
Well,
Yeah. Of course there's a way.
How about we let him save face and still, I don't know, stay in the country he's the leader of?
Well, yeah, you leave him alone. I mean, if we're committed to removing him from office,
That's what that sounded like to me.
we've already said, he already said he needed to go. You remember that?
Yeah.
He made that proclamation. And then everybody in the White House around him walked it completely back.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he meant. That doesn't mean we're going to try to remove him from office. No, that doesn't mean.
It's pretty much what they reported he was saying last night at that fundraiser.
Yes. So he's saying it again because he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I don't know. I guess Jill was with him, so I mean, I don't think that he goes to these fundraisers unattended.
No, of course not. No, he's got to have Jill around. That is an evil couple, frankly.
I know.
It's just an evil couple. All right, we still don't have apparently a contestant from Chicago. Running out of time. We got maybe like 3 or 4 minutes left to get a contestant from Chicago to see if we can tie this thing up. In the meantime, I didn't even know that. Did you know this about Howard Stern? That he's been holed up in his home.
Oh yeah.
For 2 years?
Yeah, his place in the Hamptons.
Oh, okay. So he's not even in New York?
Correct.
He's at his place in the
Yeah,
Hamptons.
he's been at his place in the Hamptons.
I haven't been to my place in the Hamptons for a while. Have you? You been to yours?
No, I haven't.
Is there a road?
There's a pandemic.
Is there a
There's
road to your house in the Hamptons?
No, there's no roads. You got a helicopter there.
Oh.
But I did see that there's an available home for $150 million that you could buy, or you can rent it out for the summer. Well, a month will only set you back $1.2 million
In the Hamptons?
for
or-
a month in the Hamptons. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's
Well.
that's an option, to get away to the Hamptons if you haven't been there in a
Because
while.
I know Baldwin just sold his dump in the Hamptons for $20 or $30 million.
I spit on $20 million homes in the Hamptons. Anyway, Stern just finally left his home for the first time since COVID began.
The wife was nagging him. The wife had had enough.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What kind of sissy is this guy?
He's been big
Well, he
time.
says
Mr.
so,
Big
yeah.
Man. Oh, yeah. Mr. I ruined the lives of the people who are on air against me, but I can't leave my home for 2 years.
I know.
Yeah, there's some incredible quotes in the story there.
He's also a self-professed germaphobe.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have picked
Which
that up.
made him especially cautious. He's been hiding out in his bunker for the past 2 years, but was finally spotted out at the restaurant Laser Wolf in Brooklyn's Williamsburg neighborhood over the weekend with a bunch of other celebrities, including, Jennifer Aniston hangs out with Howard Stern.
Oh, yeah. Aniston was there. John Hamm was there.
Jimmy Kimmel, John Hamm, Justin Theroux, Jason Bateman.
Yeah. Kimmel was the one that talked him into going out, though. He and Kimmel are buds. And Kimmel even joked about going to Stern's house over the pandemic for the summer and said that he had to be tested a couple of times. And if they left, they weren't to come back. When they showed up for the summer at the house, if they left, they weren't to come back because we don't know what we're bringing back.
Well, let me read some of these quotes. I really had an exhausting weekend emotionally, physically. For the first time in 2 years, I ventured out of the house.
Sally Struthers, is that you?
No, it's me, Howard Stern. I'm scared. It was too much for me. It was too much. I haven't been out in 2 years.
That is sad. I mean, it's
pathetic.
It's pathetic.
It is absolutely pathetic.
Yeah.
What a loser.
I said to my wife, I don't want to panic. I don't want to go. I'm in a panic,
is what he said, actually.
I don't want to get COVID. Come on.
Yeah, but
come on.
She had enough. It was all her saying. Kimmel was like, let's go out to dinner. And
I can't believe she's put up with it for 2 years.
I know. I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with the place in the Hamptons that
helped. I'm sure it's a nice place to be holed up if you're going to hole up somewhere.
It's beautiful.
I know our president has told us the pandemic is over and everyone is walking around without masks. I still just don't want to get COVID.
What a loser.
The so-called king of all media joked in the past that anyone stopping by his house first had to get tested, as you said. Blah, blah, blah. The Jimmy Kimmel Live host said, we're worried that we're going to lose you from society because the longer this goes on, the more comfortable you get in that little world.
Well, that would suck to lose Howard Stern from society.
Wouldn't it? That'd be a darn shame, wouldn't it? What a treasure he is. It's harder and harder to get out of it. It's unhealthy. F it. I'm being a P word, I know. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he readily admits that he is.
Well, he is, yeah.
He had to present 2 negative tests to get into his house.
He took a beating, too, when they opened up the studios and stuff again, and he was like, I'm not coming back to the studio.
I will say this. Surprisingly, when Glenn was on a show, he was really pretty decent to Glenn. But he's not a good guy. He's just not a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this also shows what a blithering, pathetic idiot he is.
Agreed. And this is what we should have done 2 years ago. You want to be a Howard Stern and sit in your bunker, sit in your basement forever, fine. Don't require the rest of society to do this, which is what the problem was 2 years ago.
Yes.
These are the kind of people that should have stayed at home.
Thank you.
And lived their life through a computer screen. Mm-hmm. Fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't change society for it and ruin kids' lives. And gosh.
So he must have that studio that he's in must be in his house.
He has a studio at the house. Yeah.
Huh.
And I don't know if he has a studio at the one apartment in Manhattan. And I know he has another place too that he has, but he's been staying at that. He's been living at the Hamptons house.
What did SiriusXM pay him? Wasn't it $100 million?
More than once.
No, it was
more than once. They've paid him hundreds of millions.
Was it $500 million?
Might have been. I mean,
over 10 years.
He's redone the deal a couple times for hundreds of millions.
Yeah,
so,
and they're still paying him a lot.
Yeah.
So interesting. Good for him.
It's interesting.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You know,
we're going to declare the Vikings the winner, correct, Commissioner?
That's correct. Yes, we go back
Vikings
to the
over
end
Bears.
of quarter one. So
4-3. We got to go back.
Minnesota will defeat the Chicago Bears.
And the score really doesn't matter. It's just the prediction that they win.
That's correct. No,
we're not predicting
this
a
is
score.
not for gambling purposes.
This is completely
for
perfect.
fun.
Right.
Perfect on the year. We're going to.
Oh, we're not perfect.
Hope so.
Look, they keep that going with the Vikings and Bears game.
All right. So the Vikings seem pretty good this year.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
3-1. They look pretty good. Tied with the Packers for the lead in the division. So there you go. All right. Have a great weekend. It has been another exceptionally wonderful week.
Oh.
And we'll see you on Overtime and then back here on Monday.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.